heard that improving your LinkedIn profile can actually lead to jobs and opportunities coming to you. You realize it's about time to saddle up and take LinkedIn seriously. And you want one video, you're a busy person, to spill the tea on all of the LinkedIn tips from A to Z. This is Self-Made Millennial. I'm Madeline Mann, and in this video, I have collected all of my top LinkedIn tips from my previous videos that have accounted for thousands of testimonials of incredible opportunities landed. So these are tried and true, and I'm bringing them all in a neat package to you. For lots of LinkedIn and career tips from a human resources leader who has been named a top 50 person to follow on LinkedIn, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the bell to get new videos on Thursdays. The success stories from these tips speak for themselves. Thousands of job offers, 10xing people's network sizes, and some people even becoming LinkedIn top voices. Yep, big dealios. Now, you'll want to take lots of notes, but I'm going to make it easier. Follow along with the LinkedIn profile checklist. I've added a free download to go along with this video, which even has some additional tips that are not in this video, if you can believe it. I will link that in the comments and in the description. And stay to the end, because I will reveal the section of your profile that no one is talking about. And it is one of the top 3 predictors that you will show up in someone's LinkedIn search. This will make so many more opportunities come your way, and it's as simple as changing a setting on your profile in seconds. So make sure you know this one, folks. Now let's check out the top tips. You need to have a photo, and it needs to be one that conveys that you are a competent human. How do you know if your photo is any good? Do not ask loved ones who will go easy on you. You gotta turn to strangers on the internet, and they will not let you down. Do this by going to Photo Feeler and having people rate your photos and pick the best one. That's what I did. You will be judged for not having a photo at all, and you need one on LinkedIn. And some of you think you have a photo, but you actually have your privacy settings buttoned up so tight, it's like you have a child lock on your entire profile. So make sure your profile is public. Make sure your photo is also public, okay? A lot of people have it so that only their first degree connections can see their photo. So to the rest of the world, it looks like you have an incomplete profile. Today, I'm going to teach you the winning formula on how to write your own LinkedIn profile headline that will get your profile the most appearances in searches as well as the most clicks. So here is the formula. You ready? Your role, your industry/area of expertise, your unique value. I did this for my headline and increased the amount of searches I was in, also increased the amount of inbound. And so here's what it looked like when I changed it. So here's my headline. Notice it says People Operations at GEM instead of saying my full title, Director of People Operations. And the reason why I left off Director is because the title in an organization means different things at different companies. So the most important thing is my specialty, People Operations. That's what people are going to be searching for. Because I noticed that people will put in like Senior Associate Vice President of blah, blah, blah. They're taking up so much of their headline with this title that really is especially meaningful within their organization, but isn't as meaningful externally. So make sure people know your function and the company you work at very quickly, but then they can click your profile and see what your full title is down below. Next, I put the industry I work in my headline, which putting an industry in your headline will get you more clicks. I'll link a video down in the description about how valuable industry-specific expertise is. So watch that if you don't believe me. Finally, my unique value, which I put this Self-Made Millennial YouTube channel because guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I put my freaking heart and soul into this thing. But before I had this YouTube channel, I didn't put a unique value in my headline because I just didn't know what that would be. I didn't want to make something up and make it sound fluffy and make me sound like a poser. So I say don't force it, but also do not sell yourself short. I feel like with a little bit of creativity, you can figure out what your unique value add is. Such as if you are a virtual assistant, then maybe your unique value is assisted over 250 executives. Whoa, that's super impressive. So take a moment and think about how incredible you are and come up with your own unique value. The featured section is so dang important. It is the big, shiny, bold call to action on your profile. It really stands out, so I want you to be intentional about what you put here. If there isn't a featured section when you go to your profile, that's simply because you haven't added one yet, which is exciting because it makes a big difference, and I'm going to give you an out-of-the-box tip of exactly what to feature there. So as you can see, the featured section is taking up some major space, just like a cat that sleeps in the middle of your bed. So you'll want to have a clear thumbnail and title for what you feature. What you should put here is what you want to call attention to the most, such as it could be check out my portfolio, book a consultation, read this blog post that shows my deep expertise. Think about the one action you want the person viewing your profile to take and make this your first entry on your featured section. And of course, you can add multiple features as well. And here is a really creative thing to do that will really blow people out of the water. Put a video resume as the first item in your featured section. Debbie followed my exact steps on how to build a video resume, placed it in her first spot of her featured section, and ended up landing a fantastic role at a top social media platform. Video can seem intimidating, but I recommend using InVideo for your video editing. Oh my gosh, look at how fantastic Debbie's video resume turned out. And InVideo has lots of templates with transitions, titles, stock footage, and images to where you could whip up one of these amazing videos for your featured section on why you're a great hire or why you have a great service in about an hour. I'll link InVideo in the comments and in the description. It's free to use, and there's also some really good premium features, so I'll also give you a discount code. And I'll also link the video on how to build out a video resume in the comments and in the description, where I give you the exact script to use as well, which is the script Debbie and so many other people use to have such amazing success stories. Definitely check out InVideo. I've linked it in the comments. It's time to give your LinkedIn profile a makeover. Have a compelling LinkedIn summary. Let's start out with an example. Tell me what is wrong with this. I'm a motivated self-starter who thrives off of collaboration and challenging goals. I have proven ability to be an excellent communicator and highly organized. So that summary was perfectly nice, but no one is going to believe you. I am here to say death to all adjectives. Please do not include adjectives about yourself in your summary. Go through your summary right now and delete all of them. I'll wait. When you describe yourself in adjectives, it comes off very generic and not very believable. Instead, tell people your story. Let people infer adjectives about you without you explicitly saying them. People really want to get to know you as a person. So in your summary, you can answer questions such as, how did you get to where you are today? Why are you passionate about your career? Make sure to write this all in the first person. It's really all about being human, having a personality, making sure your profile is unique to you. Yes, and a reminder, if you want the elements that should be in your About section and all the other aspects of your LinkedIn profile, make sure you grab that free LinkedIn profile checklist that I have linked in the comments and in the description. Your experience section. I call this your resume plus. Put the accomplishments you have on your resume and also put a description of the company you worked at, plus a few additional narratives. You have a lot more room here, so let's use it. Just make sure your text is spaced out enough, or you use bullets to make sure it is easy to read on a mobile phone. And remember to get those keywords in there. Pro tip, link portfolios, work samples, images of awards and certificates using LinkedIn's ability to upload media. You can do that for every experience. Recommendations. Who thinks I'm the bee's knees? Reach out to them and ask them to write you a recommendation. I personally always forget to do this, but it's such a great practice every 6 months to ask a couple people to write you one. And then when you're job hunting, you don't have to suddenly ask for a bunch of recommendations and you're reaching out to people who haven't worked for you for years, and then they're kind of going back in their mind. They can't remember exactly all the wonderful things you did. So if you can ask people while they're still fresh, do that. Write reviews for other people, and just know that you might have to explicitly ask them to reciprocate. But if you tell them that it really means something to you, that you really appreciate them to return the favor, I am sure they will be happy to do so. Skills and endorsements. That's right. That section way down at the bottom of your profile in the nosebleeds where people endorse you for different skills is the third highest predictor that you will show up in a search. I was shook when I heard this, because I don't know if you guys remember, but for the longest time on LinkedIn would just encourage everyone to put like the same skills on everyone's profile. Like, oh yeah, endorse them for Microsoft Word and public speaking and leadership. And it didn't really mean anything. But if you actually put skills focused on your profession, that will shoot you way up in the food chain. Here are 5 tips for endorsements. Number 1, take the skills that showed up in our word cloud that we were doing earlier and also put them here. And then for more inspiration, just go to profiles of professionals who have the same job as you and see which endorsements they have to give you a little inspo. Number 2, you can have up to 50 skills on your profile, but still delete any that are unrelated to your work. Like if writing is one of your skills and you're a QA engineer, an employer isn't going to search for you to find writing as a skill. So delete it so that people don't keep endorsing you for that, and instead people will go and endorse you for your other skills. Number 3, pin your top 3 most important skills to the top of endorsements to encourage more people to endorse those, even if other skills have more endorsements. This is pretty intuitive. You just go to like the little editing button and you should be able to pin them. Number 4, having more endorsements for a skill helps you go up higher in the ranks. But we've actually found that even if you have as few as 1 endorsement for a skill, that will already get you ranked for that skill. So just, go ask your auntie to endorse you for a few things and you're already cooking. And tip number 5, endorse other people. Okay, you gotta do this. This is the best way to get endorsements. First, you go out and endorse people, then that will come back to you. But did you know that if you endorse another person for a skill that you have on your profile in your endorsements, that your face may show up on their profile? Check this out. You are being featured on their profile as a skilled professional. What a fantastic way to get additional exposure. So especially endorse people with similar skills to you. Using this way of connecting on LinkedIn gets massive results. Whatever you do, do not be generic. It feels really spammy and the person has no context as to why you, a stranger, wants to connect. Here are 5 ways to write your connection message that will get people to connect. Number 1, the compliment. Notice something about their profile or content that you like, such as, I'm a big fan of your posts. I really love your actionable advice on how to be productive at home. Notice I specifically said what I liked. Now, saying something like, nice profile is generic. Saying, I enjoyed reading your summary about how you became passionate about art is specific. Number 2, continue the conversation. You must be commenting and posting on LinkedIn if you want to get more opportunities on the platform. LinkedIn pushes you higher in searches the more of an active member you are, and commenting and posting is the best way to build relationships and get people to visit your profile. So add people you've been commenting with on LinkedIn, such as, I enjoyed commenting with you about design thinking. I have a good article to send you. Since they are already familiar with you, this is the best time to add them. Number 3, relate. Find something about them that you can relate to, such as, I saw you took an unconventional path to get to product management, and you went to Syracuse. Me too. I would love to connect. So identify ways that you are similar, places you've lived, schools you've attended, volunteering, anything. Number 4, mutual connections. This one can be a little tricky since there's so many people that are connected to each other that they don't actually know each other. But if you think there's a decent chance that they know your mutual connection, you can say something like, I can see you're connected to Maureen McCann and quite a few of my other favorite people. Then I saw your profile and loved your story about how you found your career. Let's connect. Now, I added the second reason for connecting there just in case they didn't actually know that person. Number 5, true helper. If you want to actually help them, such as give them a speaking engagement, offer them a job interview, then put it in your message, such as, I saw your post about wanting to hire an executive assistant. I know someone who I could refer who's a good fit. So find ways to add value. This is one of my absolute favorite things to do. And here is the part of your profile that so many people don't realize can dramatically increase the number of relevant searches they show up in. Let's check it out. The number 2 predictor of search results is location. So easy peasy, you just change your location on your profile, because if you are in the same location as someone who is searching, you are dramatically more likely to show up in their search results. So if you are trying to get a job in another city or trying to get clients in another city, change your location. All right, to review, you are going to upload a photo strangers approve of. You'll update your headline to follow my formula. You'll add to your featured section in a way that truly pops. You'll write your best about section in the first person. Your experience section will have lots of tasty, searchable information. You'll be on the road to receiving recommendations. Your skills will be stacked. You'll connect with new people, and you will think strategically about your location. Wowie. What a journey. I'll link that LinkedIn profile checklist so that you don't forget all of these tips for when you revamp your LinkedIn profile. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this for you. You've got this. Wi-Fi high five.